everybody, this is Salvi here with the VTuber news coming right up for you. Before that, of course, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and the like button as well, and let's get right into it. Zentreya is a creator that has gotten a lot of flack for some recent things that have happened. Not rightfully so, in my opinion. It has been really bad. I personally am of the opinion that none of this should have gone as far as it did. What am I talking about? Well, as many know, they have this design here that many people had an issue with. And we're going to go over some of the people who have had an issue with it specifically. I'm going to first take a look at this, which was someone called Permaband was basically calling out someone who was doing and saying that they should have thought better than to do what they did. It didn't take long for me to find Zentreya's early design. See, it's an update of an old model that no one batted an eye on then. Windmill gangsters do not have monopoly on peaked caps. Also, bully by your own logic. If the hat is not a big deal, why harass Zentreya and friends over it? This is the original that she had. No one had an issue back then. All of a sudden, you have these keyboard warriors, these terminally online folks, these virtue signaling people a lot of times too, that want a little bit of clout in the whole thing and want to have their say in what's going on. Sometimes it's just better to not say anything at all. I would say it worse, but I'm trying to be nice here. And it says, God, I wish we could all forget the world. Stop fighting just for an effing moment and have a drink. I'll have a drink and remember that we are human living on this planet for only one so effing long. Bro, it's an effing hat. Change it and shut the F up. The fact that you're being whiny blank over this and digging in your heels over a hat not helping your case. You're one of the reasons why this is still going, you effing S-head. When I already said that the model's being changed or scrapped, are you incapable of reading anything above first grade level, you literate blank. She's done with it. She's just done. Oh yeah, it's totally unintentional when it's one-on-one copyright and your community are calling people homophobic slurs for calling out. Those aren't the community. Those are just people just trying to have a moment to be evil to others. Woke people and snowflakes, you outed yourself and you're panicking. Wait, what a way to fall. One thing that this person doesn't realize is that she did apologize for saying that. I think it was the next day she apologized for saying that. Also, nobody, let alone Zen, seemed to care or ask for your personal opinion on Zen's updated old model design. But you invited yourself to join in on the harassment campaign. Now, you're suddenly so upset when people invite themselves to give your opinions on your actions. Either opine and open yourself to the opinions of others, or ask people to shut up, and while you yourself also walk your talk and shut up as well. We don't get to have the best of both worlds. Since you got about grandstanding when you started with this, with that in the first place, proceeding to block, but they blocked this person here, thinking it proves your point. Then make the disingenuous argument that I want to F Zen. Dude, you're just a piece of S. That's it. It's that simple. And when they got called out, they just kind of shut down, it seems like. And this is more what it is. These are like some European police forces that use this type of thing. Are you going to call European police forces that word too, just because they have similar designs? No, this design is used across Europe in many places. Many police forces use that. That's it is. And why not mind their business? Why not make the world happier? And then, they're taken here as well. Minding your own effing business about this whole thing here. Talking about something as well here. Like we were given free will by God. Deny anybody the ability to exercise that will. It's assume you know better than your creator. So they are a hypocrite. A straight up hypocrite. Let's just talk about someone else who decided to put their 2 cents in here. And I feel this was unnecessary. That's as far as I'll go with this. I feel this was not necessary. You do not need to educate someone else on the design choices that they have made. Zen is a smart person. Zen is very intelligent. Zen knows what they were doing, and they changed things in a way so that they would not be offensive. And then still, people like yourself try to go and educate people. I have nothing against Podgekinn overall, but this was a bad move on their part, in my opinion. And here's where we go. So I want to expand on this, professional costume designer and maker, and I've wanted to speak on this since the design dropped, but I wasn't really sure how until now. The main point I want to make is even if your intention is not related to that symbolism, specific style of hat, peak of the cap, visor, and placement in the emblems, the uniform was purpose designed for the SS. So basically saying, I know you didn't want to, but you are guilty. That's the way I took it. I know you didn't want to, but let me educate into why you are wrong. Let me educate you on why you messed up. You may not understand this, but let me educate you on why you messed up. This is how it feels to me. And it's going to evoke certain imagery, whether you want it or not. Yes, we see those designs a lot in animes because Japan has a long, close relationship with Germany over 120 years. I don't think it's really that. I think just some people like the aesthetic of it. The aesthetic of it was created to be a strong aesthetic. It was created, I think, by Hugo Boss or something like that. There's a huge problem in anime's fixation. It was no, a lot of people are particularly designed fashionable, but it was too on purpose. Hugo, oh, it was Hugo Boss. Okay, I was right. Designed those uniforms, an active member of the party, though it was Carl Diebsch, I guess, who designed the all-black version. They were meant to be fashionable, striking. Propaganda works. Yeah, of course, it's supposed to be fashionable propaganda. Humans function on how we draw associations. There's no way to separate design elements from the source, according to Podge. I don't agree. I really do urge you to look into the history of these garments and understand why. Even though you may mean no harm, these are not good design choices. People will associate you with the wrong thing. It's burned into us through history, and you can't separate those symbols even if you have different ideas on them. Again, saying, let me educate you since you don't seem to know what you're talking about. It just goes on that way. It is kind of like an ivory tower type of approach. It feels like it. Maybe it was not meant to be that way, but to me, it very much feels like an ivory tower type of approach. The bottom line is you can't separate the design from its history, no matter how much you want it to. It doesn't make you a bad person or evil for liking that style, but you have to approach design with intelligence, research, and understanding. This is again making the assumption, at least from it's implying that she didn't do research or try to understand or have intelligence in the design. Is intentionally conveys meaning, and maybe a specific style of uniform is better off left unused. Like I said, once again, this does feel like an ivory tower approach, and it does feel like they are saying, you didn't research enough, let me do the research for you, and this is why you're wrong. Again, let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong, but this is how I feel about this one. And here, I should finish by saying I enjoy Zentreya. I think she's being a great streamer and an incredibly lovely and caring individual. Honestly, a beacon for our community for what she has done to VTubing. Everyone makes mistakes. We don't always make the best choices, but this doesn't make her a monster for choosing the design elements she did. Just uneducated, based on what you said before. It just makes you think, oh, she didn't mean harm, but she's just, let me just say it this way. This is the way I take it. She didn't mean harm, but she was doing a stupid thing. She did a stupid thing, and she was stupid in doing it. That's the way I took it. Again, let me know if I'm taking this too far. Of course, my understanding sometimes can be different than yours. I have a bit of autism. It's not a bit of autism. I am autistic, so sometimes social cues are a bit weird for me. This is the way I took it. If I'm wrong, of course, let me know in the comments down below. And I don't mind being corrected, of course. It says, I do ever wish you would have researched the look. Yeah, there she goes. I wasn't wrong. I do ever wish you would have researched the look more before committing to it. Again, assuming she didn't research, assuming she doesn't know, assuming she's uneducated. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Because Zen is a type who does educate herself. She's a type who does research things. And there's a reason why the hat isn't pointy. There's a reason why the design is the way that it is. She wanted to pull away from that as much as she could. I do believe it's irresponsible to flaunt that imagery while disregarding its origins. Please take a look at the following thread as well. Over here, talking about the different imagery. You know, people again conflating it to that. This is different though. This is straight up SS stuff here. This is like Waffen SS type stuff. That ain't even fake imagery. That's just the straight stuff. And some of these as well are a little too. Some of these are Hitalia Axis powers though. Some of these are Hitalia Axis powers, which is like they actually are Germany in that time. So some of them are like, I can understand that, but others, yeah, so others are drawing a little too close. And then you have hers, which I feel isn't drawing that close. So I feel this is stupid, in my opinion. And of course, she responds to Podge, saying, I didn't know Nazis showed off their boobs or bad hip length in skirts and had cape with fur. The common German Nazi WWW did the stuff, the World War II attire, is gray, black being used by the SS with large overcoats and fully bodied clothing. No chains or gems on it. I could give you my entire conversation with my artist where nothing was based off the Germans' aesthetic, and to go blindly saying I made a draft from their suits is just as irresponsible and also damaging to me. Aside from that note, many militaries have also used black issued military clothing throughout history. The fact that SS also wore white as well. So are we going to punish VTubers for wearing white uniforms or gray uniforms? Militaries all around the world still use black, white, navy, gray. Labeling me as such or having inspiration and promoting is incredibly reaching and helpful, unbelievably disrespectful to myself and the people who worked hard on the Live 2D model. Gave you praise and said the design has importance historically. Praise goes out the window when I'm being compared to or supposedly promoting end uniforms and ideals. So yeah, people try to defend Podge in this case. They paid extra character limit and respectfully discussed. I'm so sorry. I don't like being compared to ends and their ideals. He's made the comparisons to ends and the outfit, and that's not calling me that as well. So people are defending Podge. And then people are getting really aggressive at Take the L. The only mistake I made was apologizing, apparently, because holy S, that was the point. Yeah, once you bend the knee, as they have said, once you bend the knee, you're never going to be able to do enough. You're never able to go far enough to please the assholes on Twitter. You're not. And of course, Podge tried to recover from this, but this felt kind of like an ivory tower approach, and that's never going to go well. Like I said, I don't think they meant harm, but they did harm by doing that. As a VTuber myself, as a person who has made those fuck-ups before, yeah, you have to realize, really take a look at how the person that you're talking to is going to receive what you said. Because it wasn't received well because of the way that you said it. And that is the big issue there. And at the end, of course, as I did before, she did just get tired of all this, because even people that were supposed to be, supposedly kinder, were still dogging on her. And I think she has reason to not like it. HoloLive Productions is a company underneath the umbrella of Cover Corporation. That is their parent company. Today we're talking about something that came up recently, which is this: regarding the status of response to infringement acts against our company and our affiliated talents. This is them suing someone usually in Japan, and winning. So let's take a look at what they did. Thank you so much for your continued support of Cover Corporation here and after Cover Corp, HoloLive Production, especially our talents. Cover Corp hereby announces that there has been an apology from an individual, here and after referred to as perpetrator, regarding the infringement rights against Cover Corp and the affiliated talents. Perpetrator who used copyrighted material without obtaining the proper authorization from Cover Corp, engaged in conduct that prevented affiliated talents from carrying out their activities safely and in good health, was identified after a lawsuit requesting disclosure of said information was filed and approved by the court. It has also come to light the perpetrator has been involved in other instances of defamation, slander against Cover affiliated talents in the past, many comments of which have been deleted. A settlement was reached by the perpetrator in which they agreed to deeply apologize for infringing on the rights of Cover Corp affiliated talents, pay any damages that were incurred as a result of their actions, pledge that one or will not act as a manner, including a defamatory slanderous conduct, and infringes upon the rights of Cover Corp affiliated talents, and will pay a penalty found out to be in breach of the settlement. There are currently a number of ongoing legal proceedings, so they're doing some more stuff. Continue to take strict measures. They're going to, of course, protect their copyright, which they do. Believe me, I know. They do. Anytime I cover any of their music, I get hit every single time, even if I have like 5 seconds. So I know they're hard. They're hard on that. I hate it with copyright claims and stuff like that. So I know they're really rough on that, really tough on that. And that's good. I'm glad they got that apology. In Japan, it's a lot easier to do that than it is over here in the US. Copyright claims do are harsh here in the US as well, but when it comes to the getting the information because they said something bad about the talent online, it's a lot easier to say that the defamation and everything works a lot easier in Japan compared to over here in the US. Goro Gaomi is a female indie VTuber who was a former member of Stellarverse Pro, debuting last Perry Winkleton, Niku Nanako, Rina Lunette, Yui, Lemmy Laiken, etc., part of Infinium. Today we're talking about them going to their Twitter because they were able to actually buy out their IP. We get to continue being Goro Gaomi and her Debudachi crew. From the bottom of my heart, generally, thank you so much. It means so much to me. It will make it also proud. Let's keep sailing together forever. And we have here, partnering up with Sponsa Official to hoist the sails. Join me on a 4-day endeavor. We hunt the greatest treasure of all, my IP. Guests, chaos, and mayhem await. Join the raid, Debudachis, hosted on YouTube. And there we go. This was their goal here. 13,000 was the price for their full IP. Holy Jesus. It does make sense, though. But just looking at that number in the whole entirety of it all, that is a lot for a full IP. But with that full IP, as said before, it is, well, I've said before in different videos, it is not only her actual Live 2D, it is every single bit of commercial IP that she owns, 3Ds, everything. Everything that comes with Goro Gaomi is going to be hers. All the commercial rights, all the music, everything that she's had, everything she's ever done, all the rights have been transferred to her. They're no longer a part of SVP. They're no longer owned by SVP in any way, shape, or form. This is great to hear and great to see. In a bit of a quicker post, we have here with HoloIndie celebrating their 2nd anniversary. And with the 2nd anniversary, they have released Myriad Death, which is a part of, it is a Calli based game on Nintendo Switch and Steam. We're taking a look here, Myriad Death, everyone please play. Over here now available on Nintendo Switch. And it is here on, of course, the Japanese site of Nintendo Switch, and it looks like it's going to be on Steam as well. So if you don't have a Nintendo Switch, you can play it on Steam. And here is some of the stuff that's going on. I believe Calli did play this on stream. Yes, she did play this on stream once, and it was basically, you know, like a pre-release copy that she got, because she is the main person here. So yeah, they played it on stream. She did, and here's a little bit of everything here. You go into this world. You are kind of doing this. There was a game recently like that I played that did this. I forget. Darkest Dungeon? No, it wasn't Darkest Dungeon. It was something like that. But this game is actually pretty cool. I've seen her play it. It seems very interesting. You have weapon upgrades and such. It seems very interesting, and I'm very glad that she got this opportunity. Chaos Goddess is a doujin circle that distributes card game sleeves and playmats, also planning new projects that will surprise everyone. We also host HoloCon. And what is happening now is Goddess of Chaos CS Flea Market Info Volume 12. These are playmats in tarot card style holo series. Illustrator is Tatsuya Ishihara, and designer is 15 Do. This is for Expo, I guess. They're going to be doing this officially for the HoloLive card game. And another one, Good Art Official. It's very, very nice art here. I do like it. When will it be released? We don't really know. This is just kind of a teaser to kind of give people an idea of what's going on, an idea of what's going to be happening for them in the future. And it says, you know, another one, Good Art Official. People are just really happy that this is happening. And I do hope that eventually it will be available. And when it is, I will let you guys know. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. And today we are talking about VillainessBelle. The reason why I do this is because I want to promote other VTubers to be the change that I want to see in the community, to be something positive for the community, of course. And today we are talking about, I like to mention, Belle here. We're going to move on to their About section. VTuber V-Singer who loves playing guitar, singing, and playing video games, or vidya games as I call them. Let's take a look at what they're playing here. Deadly Premonition, Director's Cut. Let's see how she does this. How well or horribly she does. Probably better than me, though.
You know what? Fuck Spotify for trying to tell you how old you are. I listen to a lot of old songs, too. Ah! What the
oh dear Lord.
Was that?
The dog just randomly spawned. That is very much a a game thing. I would have jumped to. Let's take a look at their videos and shorts and things that they have here. They have their VODs put through as well. If anything that they've done recently, it looks like it's very recent. You have their VODs there, which is great. As I've always mentioned, good to have your VODs. Better to have your VODs on YouTube than on Twitch. Twitch only keeps them like around 7 days if you're an affiliate, more if you're a partner. But a lot of people are affiliates, so it is a good idea to do that. Thank you so much, VillainessBelle, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you guys for watching, as always. And of course, take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.